An implantable cardio defibrillator (ICD) is a battery-powered device placed under your skin, beneath the collarbone, that monitors your heart rate. It uses batteries to send electric signals to a heart that's beating too slow, same as a pacemaker. It can also deliver an electric shock to help restore a normal heartbeat to a heart that's beating chaotically and much too fast. And this is a heart in an irregular heartbeat. And this is a heart that is restored to a normal heartbeat. So, what was it like when you first experienced the cardiac arrest?
I was sitting alone by myself. I was actually sitting in a chair in our living room just reading a book. And at some point, I passed out. I didn't know it, I didn't feel anything coming on, but I passed out. I did come to and realize something was going on. I didn't know what was happening to me. And then I called my son, who came out and found me, and then I did pass out again. So there wasn't anything painful, it wasn't anything dramatic, but I just wasn't able to stay conscious, and I kept coming in and out of consciousness while the police and the EMS and the firemen arrived at the house.
Do you recall how you were feeling at that time?
When I had it, and I was losing consciousness. I was conscious, then I would kind of lose conscious. I remember being in a chair, and then I remember the police coming, but I don't remember at one point they laid me on the ground, preparing to work on me if needed. But I wasn't feeling anything, any pain, any discomfort, just that I was not able to stay conscious.
What was it like to be at a hospital?
When the ambulance came and took me away, actually the first thing they did was they were trying to work on me in the ambulance out in front of our house. And they were in touch with the emergency room at the hospital, who was instructing them to do things. And they were instructing them to give me drugs to try to calm the heart rate down. And it wasn't working. So they took me up to the ER. They rushed me in. It really looked like something out of a movie, with all these doctors and nurses rushing into the room. There was a head doctor there, and she was directing everybody and telling them what to do. And she was telling me what they were doing as well. I had asked her, I said, what's going on? Because I wasn't sure. And she said that my heart was out of rhythm, and that wasn't compatible with life, and they were trying to get me back in a normal rhythm. And they all had their jobs to do. They were very conscious, very conscientious on how they were doing their jobs. They were very nice to me when I was talking to them. And at the end of the day, they ended up having to shock my heart in order to get it to go back to a normal rhythm.
Do you feel any different because you have a heart defibrillator in your chest?
I can actually feel it right through my skin, so I know it's there, but it doesn't do anything to me on any regular basis. I could do all the normal things I always did and not feel it, not worry about it. But mentally, it helps me because I know that the device could deliver a shock to my heart if it needs it. So, as the doctors have described, I've always have my own EMS team with me. So, if anything, I actually feel confident that I have it.
How much medicine do you need because of this?
Actually, I'm on a lot of medicine now. Some medicine I had before the cardiac arrest, and then a number were added afterwards. So I take a medicine that is a anti-arrhythmic medicine to try to keep the heart in a normal rhythm. I take a blood thinner to make the blood thinner throughout and not cause any blood clots. I do take a baby aspirin, which is to again help the heart Everything I take is really centered around keeping the heart calm and keeping me out of a cardiac arrest or a bad arrhythmia. But I take about 5 pills in the morning and 4 in the evening now.
Has there been any time when the machine had to shock your heart to save you?
I've had 2 incidences where I've been shocked by my device. One of them, I was home watching TV with my wife, and all of a sudden I could kind of feel myself almost getting ready to black out. I was getting like this tunnel vision, and I sat up, and the device shocked me. It was the first time it had happened. I jumped up, I let out a yell and a scream because it scared me. It didn't necessarily hurt, it was just a surprise, and immediately afterwards I felt fine. So it worked, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Another time we were in a restaurant and we had just finished eating and we're getting ready to leave, and I was sitting in the chair still, and I had said, "I don't feel so good," and I blacked out. I just kind of slumped over in the chair, and the next time I woke up, I opened my eyes, and the people in the restaurant and my wife was standing in front of me, and people were looking at me, and then I realized somebody was holding my hand, and it was a nurse who was taking my pulse. And my wife told me, "Your device shocked you," and I said, "No, I didn't feel it." And she says, "No, I saw your whole body like jumped while I was unconscious, and then with that I opened up my eyes." So fortunately it has worked on 2 occasions when I needed it, and everything worked out fine.
Lastly, how have you been doing overall, especially today?
I feel well. I really do. It took a while to get used to it at the beginning. Today my life is back to normal. I work, I do everything that I always have done. I will make some smart choices at times. You know, when it's very hot out or very cold, I think before I attempt something maybe overly strenuous. I don't want to push my heart into a bad arrhythmia. But overall, I do feel good, and life goes on, and I have to enjoy life and just know that I've got the device in my chest to help me if I need it.